Hi. Yes, I've had a haircut. Now, I'm always tinkering about with all the odds and bits of audio and video stuff that I've accumulated over the years, far too much. And this morning I had a sudden inspiration. I thought, what happens if I put together the battery stick that I've got for my Insta360 X3 camera? Remember the X3? And also put together with it the Hollyland Lark A1 mic receiver thing and my DJI Pocket 3 and also a Ulanzi stand thing that I've got. Maybe that would make an interesting piece of kit which provides radio mic functionality together with built-in mic functionality at the same time. It provides unlimited battery power in effect, and that's important for wedding photographers and the like in particular, because if you want long running times from the DJI Pocket 3, if you've got the battery pack attached at the bottom and you've got a mic attached to that battery pack, when just the bottom battery pack runs out, the mic goes dead, which is, in the middle of a wedding, not a happy thing. So with this rig, I'm not using the Pocket 3 battery rig at all. I'm just connecting the battery stick thing from the Insta360 into the Osmo Pocket 3 itself. But I'm doing that via the Lark A1 mic receiver, which has a little socket on the side that you can connect a charger to. So that will not only provide 2 channels of wireless audio on top of the audio that's coming from the Pocket 3 itself, it will provide battery input, and basically, I haven't timed it, but that would probably go on forever. So let me show you kind of what it looks like, and then I think I'm going to go for a little drive out into the country and test it out. Now at the moment I'm charging up the battery stick thing, but if I get a bit closer to it, you can see what's going to happen. So here I've already got connected the piece that goes onto the bottom of the Pocket 3, not the battery piece, the plain piece. And the fact that I can just clip the camera on and off to it just like that is obviously very convenient. Now here is the output from the battery stick, output into the Hollyland Lark A1 radio receiver, and that will go into the back of the battery stick. I can do that now. Okay, so now you can see the wireless adapter from the Hollyland Lark A1 plugged into the back of the thingy that the camera, the Pocket 3, attaches to. So once I attach the camera onto the end of that, then the camera will get audio from the Lark adapter thingy, and it will get power from the battery stick. And yeah, should be a pretty good system. So let's go try it out. Oh yeah, before we go try it out, I will show you the Ulanzi tripod thingy that I'm going to be using. So the battery stick will clamp on the top here, and the wide legs will hopefully keep the whole thing upright. And the battery stick can actually extend further up to make a really tall stand, but I'll be using the extensibility of the battery stick to get the height on this occasion, I think. Obviously you do have to be a bit careful with stability, but these legs are big enough that you could put weighted bags on them to keep the whole thing stable, and the attachment point here, which is adjustable, enables you to get the whole thing dead upright, and it seems to be, it locks on really tight. So that's going to work. So here I am back at Cobbledick's Reserve on the western fringes of Melbourne. Well, outside the western fringes of Melbourne, really. The camera battery was on 78% when I plugged it in, so let's see how it goes. And yeah, here we go. Let's go walkies. It's incredibly quiet here. It's supposed to be abundant bird life, but right now they're keeping pretty quiet. There's a good sound effect. Okay, basically I want to walk down to the stream. I'll see if I can get there. The last bit is kind of tricky underfoot for an elderly gentleman, but let's see what we can do. So now I'm walking away from the camera, doing a kind of a range test, but not pushing my luck too far. A few minutes ago, a couple of little rabbits ran across the path, but of course the camera wasn't turned on. And anyway, it's probably not the best camera for rabbit shooting in the nicest possible way. You wouldn't actually know that we're very close now to the crossing. You have to know where to go. Crossing? What crossing? That crossing. Now, local residents might tell me that I'm wrong, but I think this is actually the actual Cobbledick's Ford. Such a beautiful spot down here. I'm going to walk around a bit, let the camera do its own thing. At the moment I can hear nothing but the sound of the water and a little bit of birdsong twittering. Now the other thing you can do with this is to treat it a bit like a 360 camera, extend the pole, and then you can do kind of flying type shots. I'm at the top of a small hill here. What worries me is that I've got to walk past all that vegetation and up steep hills to get back to the car. Whose idea was this? I'm flying back down. So I came from down there by the water, and now I've got to make my way along this path and down there between the trees. And back along that way. So I managed that, and now I've got to walk back along this path, remembering to pick up the tripod before I walk. There we go. At least I think this is the way back. There's only one way to find out. Well, that proved to be not the way to go, because it was very steep, very slippery, and I had to beat my way through the bushes and come up this way instead, and at last I'm on kind of level ground. Hey! So really, considering I'm 15 minutes drive away from the western suburbs of Melbourne, this is quite a place to be. Nobody here. Only the sound of the odd aeroplane disturbing the peaceful silence. So once again I'm walking away from the camera into the silent field. You can see some little birds over there on the ground, tiny ones, probably too tiny for the camera to spot. have been lots of range tests with this wireless configuration before, but in this case, because they're mounted on my hat, that may change the range one way or the other, possibly more. Who can tell? I'm going to walk into the sunshine with all these tiny birds. It's a shame the camera is over there and not here. But that's what videography is all about. Interestingly, the camera has disconnected from the phone, so I can't see the picture. But the big question is, have the mics stayed connected? And can I find the camera? Because I can't even see where it is. Maybe somebody ran off with it. Of course, I won't be able to tell the success of that exercise until I get back to base. I haven't had this much exercise in years. I confess that I'm still slightly lost, but there's the river again. Zoomed in with the new 40mm facility. Yay, I can see the car park. And possibly the camera can too, given that I'm on the 40mm setting still. One final little shot. I've driven to where the road crosses the river through this ford, but due to cars getting stuck there all the time, it's now been closed. But of course the river is still here. They really, really don't want you to drive through the river anymore. My next problem is deciding whether to try and do a U-turn in a very small space or reverse my car back up the track to the main road. The things I do for YouTube. Hope you've enjoyed watching this. Please do look at the description of the video, because I'll be putting some extra notes in there about my experiences for people interested in the technical aspects, and particularly in the use of this battery pole, which actually hasn't gone quite the way I expected.